what are the different ways of worshiping God? So, I don't know if by worshiping God you mean the different expressions or things, but we can divide it in praising God and worshiping God. Praising God is something that you do. Worshiping God, we touched it earlier, it means sacrifice, it means obedience to God. It goes beyond what everybody sees or they don't see. It's your response to God. So it all depends on what you're referring to, because if we go to praise, we go there forever. But worship, that's what it means, to worship God through your obedience, and it's your response to the requirements of God. So just like he was saying on the other one, if you are a mother or you have other responsibilities, you're worshiping God through that, being obedient to God, respond to your responsibilities is an act of worship. We honor God by fulfilling all requirements that he sets for us.
Amén, amén. Una pregunta, ¿cuál es la expresión mayor de adoración a Dios? Eso es casi lo que dijo la hermana, pero yo creo que la expresión mayor de adoración a Dios es el quebrantamiento delante de la presencia de Dios. Y eso es tan importante porque podemos expresar, llorar y ay papá, porque Señor, pero si uno no, de lo que prediqué el viernes, si uno no se quebranta delante de Dios y decirle, Padre, sabes que como dijo el hermano Romo, no somos reflectores, we're just a reflection, we're just reflectors. Pero si uno se puede quebrantar y decir, Padre, yo no puedo sin ti, eso para mí en mi vida personal siempre ha sido la mayor expresión de adoración a Dios, porque yo sé que por mis propias fuerzas yo no puedo. Amén. Por mí mismo, por David Toledo, no puede. Pero cuando yo puedo decir, Padre, en mi vida pongo en tus manos, mi vida yo te doy todo lo que yo soy, todo lo que me pertenece a mí, te lo entrego a ti. Para mí esa es la mayor expresión para la adoración a Dios. Y podemos cantar, podemos alabar, podemos gritar, podemos llorar, podemos danzar, pero el momento que nos olvidamos de quebrar delante de la presencia de Dios es cuando todo lo demás es casi como emoción o gratitud al Señor.
What are the best methods to have a productive music practice? Well, I think we should deal with the terminology first. I don't necessarily think that you should come together to have a music practice. I think that you should come together to have a rehearsal. Practice is at home and worship, or excuse me, practice is at home and rehearsals together, in my opinion. In my opinion, amen. I know some people are speaking tongues in the back. That's probably a worship leader right there. But what I want to tell you is that you should show up to rehearsal already practiced. That means that you study the chords, you study the words before you arrive at rehearsal. To me, rehearsal is really just a service simulation. It's just a service simulation. It's for you to kind of try to feel out, where does that song get big? Where do we end? How do we transition? That to me is what rehearsal is about. And to me, rehearsal is not about, oh, did you guys get the parts? Because if you're asking if you got the parts at rehearsal, I think then we're in big trouble. So I don't know if you guys want to answer that too. I don't know if you guys want to answer that one. Oh, I have that one here. 1 minute, okay. If a fellow musician or praise singer is not spending time practicing on a song, cannot attend practice, do we cancel practice? Or if you do have practice, how do you practice without them? There is this amazing new invention called multi-tracks that I think is so key to just firing everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not God's world. I'm totally joking. But what I do want to say is that if people cannot practice, to me, I use the fact criteria. To me, I want everybody that's in our team to be faithful, available, and teachable. You have to have all three of those. You have to have faithfulness, you have to have availability, because it doesn't matter how good you are, if you're never available, when are we going to use you? And you have to be teachable. If you're the kind of person that somebody tries to tell you something, and you go, oh no, it's like, oh my gosh. So to me, what I wanted to say regarding that is if somebody's not showing up to practice and if they don't value it enough, oh, it's because they're a doctor, then let them be a doctor.
Right.
Let the worshipers and the worship team be worshipers. You know what I mean? Oh, it's because, in my opinion, make it doable. Obviously, you don't want to, well, brother, the reason why we have 7 practices, well, you guys are crazy. But if it's feasible and they cannot attend, I would say just don't schedule them. I would say schedule only people that are faithful, available, and teachable. People that are fat. Who wants to be fat? Any of you guys want to be fat? That's alright, some of you already are, it's not a problem. God's already using you. I'm just kidding, man. I'm fat, don't worry, and I'm not in the spiritual sense. Okay, one last one before we quit here today. How does standards tie into worship? We shouldn't have left that one for the end, huh? Oh my God. Well, Bishop just said something I want to share with you. He says you can't legislate holiness just the way you cannot legislate church growth. You cannot martial law everybody into doing the will of God. But what I will say is that your worship, Bishop told me right now, he says, holiness is an outgrowth of what's on the inside. So it should be your privilege to not take attention from the platform. It should be your privilege to say, I'm a reflector of the glory. Like Pastor Anthony says, it should be your privilege. It shouldn't be, it shouldn't be that. It should be your honor to be able to surrender and say, you know what? If I'm going to look good, this is for my husband. If I'm going to look good, this is for my boyfriend. I don't choose in front of the people, God, to attract attention to myself. You say, but I'm single. That's okay. You can be beautiful and single after church. But in my opinion, when we stand in front of the people of God, we should not distract. We should not attract attention to ourselves. And so, if you have that desire, I want them to see, yeah, you're in the wrong platform. Go into modeling, go into something beautiful. Amen?
We got the last question for the day. I've been debating about this decision I have for weeks now. I've come to a fork in the road with only 2 options. And this is important. Should I get the iPhone 6 or the 6 Plus? God bless you all. God bless you. God bless you.